Good morning and welcome to a happy new lunar new year for the Chinese out there. For the rest of you, well, it looks like a quiet day today on the technical front, fundamental front. Even we've just building approvals for Australia already launched, so nothing else. So let's see what comes of this. So looking at the dailies here, looking at the euro dollar, and well, we're almost back to the weekly pivot. Oh, in fact, we've probably been just through it a bit actually, so that's ticked off. It does look like it wants to make a lower high here. If it breaks the prior lows there, it could be continuing to roll over. Already through the daily pivot, weekly pivot. There we go, almost to S1. Where to today? Well, it's been in a chop mode for some time. Am I totally convinced this will roll over? Not really. I think it could just end up in a bit of a chop mode. What I'm looking forward to see is if we get any bounces this morning from where we are now. It starts pushing up. I might look at have a move towards Friday's high there, but it's not particularly obvious at the moment. I mean, the way it's suggesting it comes down here, it breaks these the recent lows. Friday's lows there, well, could roll over back towards the 6,200. But it's certainly not a clear picture in what we're seeing here. The overall picture that ended up on Friday was weak. I mean, with the Friday's bar coming back there, so there's certainly a suggestion of weakness, but not a suggestion of any clarity. Let's have a look at the pound then. The pound, well, sliding down the daily 200 at the moment towards its monthly pivot possibly. It seems to have managed to knock off any bad feelings about it, although last week it did in the end confirm a lower high or two sitting in there, so suggested a bit of weakness. Now the weekly pivot's above at the moment. It could be drawn up towards that sort of area this morning. If we see the euro and the pound start pushing up, they could well be targets. So yeah, I mean that's a possibility there, but not the most convincing. Dollar yen, well, let's continue to push to the upside there. Bullish pivot swinging in the end on the end of Friday, pushing up quite nicely at the moment. Looks quite solid. It has got the weekly pivot below if it does do any reversals, but nice move at the moment. It's certainly pushed up through solidly through Friday there, and as I pull back a little bit of a bull flag, and off it's gone. So looking solid at the moment in CR1. However, whether that'll last, we'll see. If it does start breaking down, where we've still got an untouched weekly and daily pivot below, which could be a draw, but for now it looks bullish. Nothing much more to do there. Aussie dollar, well, quick flick through this. It's not still reacted and followed through from that Friday move into the daily 200 there, back to the weekly pivot. Just about, it looks like it's gone through it. So soft, may see a bounce from here. It's coming back to the dailies there, had been looking okay, and as I said, it broken the original trend there and hit the 200. It's whether or not it can have another run towards that. If it does, it's more likely to push through. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Press the right buttons would be good. Actually, daily pivot still not quite hit, but it's not a lot of pips. 36. Okay, 20 pips may be in towards that area. To back towards daily pivot there. A possibility. Canadian dollar. The Aussie just doesn't look great on that 60-minute picture. Canadian dollar still heading south, and now it's managed to break the 200 again. Has got the weekly pivot and monthly pivot above, which could always be a draw. Short term, there's a bit of divergence across on this RSI. It's consolidated for so long, broke down on Friday there with the news, but then, well, just consolidated now. If it can push up through the 8, well, possibly the weekly pivot's on. Just near the daily at the moment is good enough as kicking that off, but a break above it makes it a little bit more bullish towards that weekly pivot. Not the best of mornings to start with here. I was coming back to Euro to see what's going on, what's I'm talking, and it's not wanting to give me anything. There we go. still slight bias. I don't know why I've got a slight bias here this morning towards the upside, but it remains that way until we break Friday's lows. Okay, that's it for me. As I say, little news out today. Have a great one. Bye for now.